Coming to the green here at Gateway for round number 18 of the 2022 FBRL Hardees National Series season. Luke Martin on the pole position alongside teammate Gatlin Downey. Green flag in the air. Martin gets a heck of a jump there. He's going to immediately clear his teammate entering turn number 1. Have to imagine that was maybe a slight plan from the Fisher team to get 1-2 immediately off the jump here. Luke Martin looks like he's going to lead the first lap here. Corey Williams in third place, right behind Gatlin Downey here. You can see Corey trying to get underneath Downey there. Has to back off to avoid hitting the 12th car as Luke Martin leads lap number 1 here. All the way at the back here, the tail end of the field here. They are 3 wide. And, oh, we got incident here. Major Robinson, Van Schaik, Smith, LaPrade. And caution comes out here on lap number 3. Yeah, 3 wide at Gateway. Not exactly going to work very well. Here's a quick replay of what happened here. Looks like Robinson and LaPrade just get together, which tails into Lars Van Schaik, and that's going to give some heavy damage to the 06. And several other cars with damage as well here. Although it definitely looked like TJ is the one that got the worst of it. Despite only running a handful of laps here, we got a couple cars coming to pit lane here. This is expected to be a 2-stop race. So I have to imagine this might be just some kind of fuel strategy call here to maybe get a longer run. Eves comes in. He brings his teammate Brandon Crasta with him. And looks like a handful of others here. Looks like a couple cars are having issues catching back up to the field here. Tyler Black comes to pit road as well. Reed, the 11, and the 93 also are all coming in. So it looks like most of the back half of the field's coming in with a couple front runners as well. Coming to the restart here, Luke Martin is still your leader in the 22 car. His teammate Downey still second place. Diego Yepes gets underneath Ryan Butcher here for the 4th place position. As, Butcher, I think, may have hit the wall a little bit there. And Yepes is going to go right on by him. Here comes the points here. Nick Breeding right next to him now. Side by side for the 5th place position here. Breeding trying to get underneath Butcher, but Butcher around the outside in turn 4. Holds him off there. That's going to be the bit of a trouble spot tonight. A lot of drivers have been talking about how difficult completing passes off at turn 4 have been tonight. Or this weekend, I should say. So I would expect most passes to be made through turns 1 and 2. And maybe turn 3 as well here. So at least on the inside. Yepes trying to make a pass to Corey Williams here, but checks up. He get really tight off at turn 4. And that's going to allow Ryan Butcher and Breeding to pounce on him here. Butcher around the outside trying to make the pass here, but turns 1 and 2, the outside is not very strong. As you can see, Butcher, who is struggling to get that car through the corner, which is going to allow Breeding, and now Bobo Jones to potentially make it 3 wide. Butcher manages to just edge out in front of Breeding there, but that was a close call for them. I can't imagine how that would have gone if Bobo made it 3 wide. Bobo Jones, his teammate Nick Breeding here. These two in the top 6 in the point standings right now. Breeding your points leader, Bobo, I believe in either 5th or 6th. Bobo knows that if he's going to want to have a shot at the championship, he's going to have to start beating Breeding. But Breeding has been, I'd say, a little bit more consistent at the front than Bobo Jones has been. But right now they run nose to tail here for the 6th place position. Shady's restarted 18th, and he is up to 16th so far, now battling with Patrick Smith for the 15th place position here, as Smith is also battling with Sean Angel for 14th. Now, I believe what they're gambling on here, so the 3 team, so this is expected to be a 2-stop race. However, the final pit stop, pending this goes green the whole way, is expected to be with about 5 to 10 laps to go here. So you have to believe that Eves and a couple of others who pitted, they may be trying to bank on maybe a 1-stopper here. They're going to have to at least make it to, I would say, roughly lap 45 to be safe. But we shall see here. We had that opening couple of laps caution. So they're going to have to rely on everyone else keeping it clean for the rest of the night. But right now, Eves, he's kind of struggling right now, just trying to get past Patrick Smith. We are also expecting track position to be very important here because passing here is not easy. Up at the front, though, Luke Martin is still your leader, but has not been able to really pull away there as Butcher and Yepes almost got together, as Yepes got a massive run off of turn 4. Yepes went to the outside lane, cut down, almost got wrecked by Butcher there, or almost wrecked himself into Butcher. But that move, scary as it was, is going to work out for Yepes, I think, if he can clear the 14 here, entering turn number 3. The outside line in turn 3 and 4 is very useful here. You can see Corey, he's on the outside. He's fighting back against that 77, and he's going to find him on off-corner exit there, and he's going to repass him. Like I said, passing going to be very difficult here. And Butcher, again, trying the outside on Yepes, but just hasn't been able to make it work, at least in that corner. If he tried in 3 and 4, he can maybe make it work there. But the difficulty to pass is already noticeable here. Now Breeding on the inside of Butcher here, trying to get that bottom working. As this battle is causing a bit of a stack up here. We've got cars starting to catch up here. Shear, Bishop, Hart, and Bradley Bishop are starting to get themselves into this fight. Here comes Bobo up the inside here. He's going to try to make a pass on his teammate. Can he get past Breeding here? Trying to squirm his way through. But here comes the difficult part. Can he complete the pass by turn 3 or get to turn 3 and clear him? He does. He does clear him there. And here's the battle for 13th right now as Collins, Patrick Smith, and Shane Eves. Eves into the back of the 04 of Smith. And whoa, that was close. Oh, man, Eves. He threw it into Patrick Smith, trying to get under him, and he almost just dumped him into the wall, but that was some excellent car control by Patrick Smith. That could have been disastrous if Smith had not held on to that car. Corey Williams here looking to make a pass on the 12 of Gatlin Downey here. Corey trying to maintain with the 12 car. Actually gets a good run off of turn 4 on the inside. That's probably the best anyone's driven off of turn 4 so far tonight. And he's going to try and get underneath the 12 of Gatlin Downey here for second place. Can he clear the 12? Corey comes up. He does clear the 12, so a new second place car. So Corey Williams here up to second place here. Now looking to try and make a charge at Luke Martin here for the first place position. Butcher behind, trying to make a pass on Diego Yepes here. Butcher, though, gets a little tight there, but manages to held himself off the corner there. And now he's going to try and make the pass on Yepes in turns 1 and 2. And meanwhile, Breeding trying to remake the pass on the 9. Everyone's just swapping positions here as Butcher finally gets past Diego Yepes after a 10-plus lap battle here between those two. We got racing up and down the field here, but it's so hard to look away from the action at the front here. This battle in the top 10 is just still going here between all these guys here as Downey's starting to lose time to leaders here. Williams is actually getting to the 22, but these four are just stuck in a blanket here. And then you have Shear and Bishop right behind them. It's almost like Talladega all over again. Breeding, though, he makes the pass on Butcher here for the spot to get himself into 4th place. And now Breeding's going to get up to Gatlin Downey here. F54 looks really fast. It's just, it's hard to make passes here, and making up the time is going to be very difficult. As right now in the top 5, Toyota Supra's got 3 cars, and then you got 2 Chevys in the top 5 as well. Williams is all over the back of this 22. I think he may have a faster, longer run car than Martin. But Corey's going to have to find a way through here. Corey gets a good run off at turn 4. Can he make a pass entering turn number 1? Now, Corey doesn't really have much of a reason to hurry this up here, as Downey is not as fast as these two, and he's holding those guys up, so Corey's just going to be as patient as he wants here. Oh, we got contact at the back of the field. Christopher Jones, Austin Runkle, and Aaron Abel are in the wall in turn number 1. Caution comes out here for the second time tonight as Runkle and Jones and Abel. Oh, man. Austin Runkle in the 30 for Crossers Racing making his debut tonight. Christopher Jones, Aaron Abel. Abel, I believe, his second start of the season. So let's see what happens here. This started at the start-finish line, we believe, but let's see. Ooh, Christopher Jones. Oh, he slides up into the 30 of Runkle here, and Runkle, he comes down into the 29. I don't think he was happy with Jones hitting him off the corner, and so he just came across and hit him and wrecked himself and the 21. Well, Austin Runkle, who is making his debut tonight, I don't think this was the best first impression you could have given to the FBRL Hardees National Series field there. Already getting to a scrap with somebody less than halfway into the race. But caution is out here. As you can see, the rest of the leaders coming to pit road here. I'm not quite sure why pit road was open for those cars, but I guess they were. But they may need to give those guys a lap back here in a moment. But Martin is your leader still. He held off Williams racing back to the line. And now the field's going to be bunched up together once more. We're being told something happened here on pit lane here as we're set to go green. Something happened with Kev Shear and Bradley Bishop Jr. we're being told. As Shear, Bishop, nothing's normal so far. Oh, they made contact off the exit here. And Shear, I don't think appreciated that contact, comes across the 45 and shoves him up almost into the wall off the exit of the pit lane. Oh boy, remember these two had that incident back at Road 1 earlier in the season, and it's reigniting, I think, for a brief moment there. Now, they're going to let, I think, the two have their spots back, but I can't imagine the officials are very happy with these two. Also, right behind where that brawl, after that brawl in the pit lane exit happened here, Shane Eves has a bit of an issue getting out of his stall here. Eves was in the middle, was running in 16th or 17th when the caution came out here. They're having trouble getting the car refired. And Eves finally gets the car moving, but he's going to be outside the top 30. So a very bad pit stop sequence for the 3 team there. Not the first one they've had this season. And Eves now, this is going to be real difficult here. This track is so important for track position, and he's got a long road ahead of him here. Oh, we got a problem at the front here. Nate Breen, the points leader. He's up in smoke on the back straightaway as we're coming to green. The 54 has just erupted into smoke here. We're not quite sure how. I mean, they just took the 1 to green. We're being told Breeding may have shifted, or something happened when he shifted. He's bringing the car to pit road here. This might be terminal here if that's a gearbox failure. And that is going to be a massive hit in the championship for Nick Breeding here, the points leader by double digits. This may knock him out of the points lead. They're going to throw the green despite the blow up. So Breeding now in trouble and coming to pit lane. His night, I believe, is over. But meanwhile, we have a restart to go here. Luke Martin is your leader. I don't think he was expecting that to happen behind him, as Breeding had actually gone up to second place on the pit stop, so that's even a bigger twist of the dagger. But Martin is your leader here. Williams in second place here. Here comes Downey. TJ Smith is a lap down from repairing damage from the earlier incident. Downey, though, trying to get beneath the 06, but Bobo Jones cut him off by diving to the inside. And, caution's out. Luke Martin has taken the caution flag. Something happened in the back. We're being told a wreck happened on the restart here. Julius Caesar blew up right as they were coming to take green. You can see Breen smoke in front of him. This happened just behind the field. But Caesar, he didn't bring the car to pit lane, so he clogs up the outside. And, oh no, Shanley Daniel slams the back of the 10. Ooh. Yikes. I don't know why Caesar didn't bring it to pit lane. He had the time, and he gave no room on the outside lane. And Daniel, who I kind of think also just went the completely wrong way to avoid that car, just slammed the back of the 10, and both their nights are over. Oh no, Sean Angel is also blown up in the 44! Another engine failure! What is going on? In the course of less than 5 laps, we've had a gearbox failure and 2 engine failures. Oh, what has been going? Last 5 laps here. Breen blows up. Caesar blows up. Causes a massive wreck with Shanley Daniel. And now we have this. And Angel's Day is going to be done. Most likely, of course. We're barely even halfway, and this has already been one of the more chaotic races of the season so far. Well, time for another restart here, as these last 10 laps have been some of the most chaotic laps we've had all season. But regardless, Luke Martin is your leader in the 22, has led every lap so far tonight. For second place here, Bobo Jones immediately makes a move on Corey Williams for second place here. Tell you what, that 9's been really good in the restarts tonight. He's been making up spots on them. And he's going to get past the 14 here. Going to try and get past TJ. Downey having a bit of an issue on the start here as well. He's going to lose a spot to Diego Yepes, most likely. Ooh, Shear hits the quarter panel to 12. That was close. We've had some close calls tonight. As RJ Bishop, I thought he was about to go 3 there for a quick moment, but him and Butcher, they backed out of that one, thankfully. Gallon Downey in the 12 car makes a dive beneath the 71 of RJ Bishop here, trying to get past the lap car, TJ Smith. Tell you what, Downey's been really struggling on the restarts so far tonight. He's lost places on almost all of them. As now RJ Bishop here is trying to make a move on him behind. As Bishop throws it into the corner there. Can't get to his bumper there. I think he's trying to move him out of the way, but doesn't get to his bumper. Oh, we got a massive wreck in the back. Lockrow, Stinson, Shike's upside down. Shike has flipped over the 33. Daniel Voiles and several others involved. Austin Runkle involved. Van Shike, I think, went over. Caution number 4 on the night. And it's a massive one there. Lockrow slid up into the wall, and that caused a massive melee. We're being told this happened at the back of the field here. Here's Doug Lockrow, with Shade Eves behind him here. What happens here? Oh, Eves, oh no, Eves, he just hit the back of the 35 and just sent him into the wall, into several others. There goes Van Shike up and over. Well, I tell you what, this is not going to be a very popular move on Shade Eves' part. I get that Eves is probably frustrated about what happened, about the loss of track position there. He got sent to the back of the field with a lot of cars slower than him, but well, I'm sure the argument is going to be if Doug Locker came down across the 3, which it looked like he kind of did, but Eves just had no patience and basically just dumped him and took out several cars with them as well. I cannot imagine this is going to be a very popular move within the garage, especially since this happened to a lot of teams who are not exactly typical front runners here. Everyone on pit road here for their final stops of the night here. They should be able to make it the rest of the way on gas. Here's the race up pit road here. Martin comes out into Bobo Jones, and Jones, he's going to get to the line first. That's the that second line's the pit exit, and they're going to score Bobo Jones ahead of the 22. What a stop by the 9 team! They got him the lead without even having to pass Luke Martin on pace. And now Luke Martin, for the first time tonight, has lost the lead. And Bobo Jones here, he's in a prime position here, but Martin has not really had to pass anybody tonight. So this is going to be very interesting here. So you may have noticed that Toby Christie was lined up with the lap down car of the 06 TJ Smith. The 64 had to come down and serve a drive-through penalty here, but the caution came out right as we were about to cover it. And this is what happened here. Christie got a good start there, but went to the inside lane. The officials did not like it because he passed the 18 before the line. So the 64 was given a drive-through penalty. After our 4th caution tonight, Bobo Jones has ended up with the lead after a blitzing speed pit stop from the 9 team. And Bobo Jones is in the lead here at Gateway. He hasn't led a lot of laps this season, and now he's in a good position here. But he's going to have to beat Luke Martin, who has been the dominant car of the night. And Bobo trying to get around the 64. Toby Christie's not helping him out here, and Martin's just going to immediately take the lead back. Luke Martin using Toby Christie as a pick to get the lead back from Bobo Jones. So much for that lead. Jones didn't even have that lead for more than 2 turns. And now Martin back in the point here. Probably going to send Toby Christie a fruit basket after that one. But Bobo Jones here has fallen to 2nd place here. Could be falling to the clutches of 3rd of Diego Yepes here, as the 14 and the 77 are both hounding him here. RJ Bishop up the inside of the 14 here, trying to get a spot here. Yepes going to go around the outside, we think, to try and make this pass in the 9. Yepes cuts low there, trying to get a run off the corner. But Bobo Jones, he's gonna hold 2nd for at least the time being there, but that was not a good restart from him. Ooh, they're stacking up here. They're 4 wide in turn 2. Whoa, this is gonna be close. Collins holds on. Hard avoids the 06. TJ Smith is scared out of his mind right now. That was close. Oh my goodness me. It is chaos on this restart right now. The 06 is off the pace and everyone's trying to pass him as quickly as they can. It's got this field all stacked up. Here's the cut line for the top 30 North points right here. 30th in North points, Sebastian Kukla, the 92. And 31st is the 93 of James Ellison here. And they are currently battling for 21st. It's been a rough past couple of months for this 93 team. They haven't had a lot of luck, and they've been involved in a lot of incidents. Most of them not of their doing. But you have to imagine there's some pressure here. Ellison needs to beat this 92 if he's going to be able to get back into the top 30 notice points. The 92 team also had a kind of a good stretch for about a few months ago where they were finishing in the top 15 a lot, but they've also been kind of falling off here. And these are 2 bold teams trying to get their season sorted out there as Aaron Abel and someone else I think just made contact in the back of the field. That was the 32 of Justin Henley, I think, that got into the back of him. Henley making his Hardee's debut tonight alongside the 30 of Austin Runkle. Now, I imagine they've told Henley, as long as you don't do what Runkle did earlier, probably going to be okay here. But Runkle out here battling with the, now, he lost a few spots there, but now battling with his teammate, the 29 Christopher Jones, who's been involved in a couple of incidents tonight. Here's a battle to get into the top 15 here. Kyle Collins, he's had a bit of a really rough night so far tonight. This 41 seems to be has not had much pace, and it's kind of interesting here. Kyle Collins, they had kind of a rough start to the year, but then they had that couple of month stretch where they were just on fire. They were just getting top 5s, top 10s. They were having no issues, but these past 4 races, this 41 team has really struggled for pace, and it's a bit of a streaky season for this 41 team here. And with Breeding out of the race, you know, this is a massive opportunity to get some points, but they're just not running up here at the front. They're having some issues here. Got 2 Spartan cars to deal with there. He's got Brandon Krasta, who's also been trying to make up spots from the pitting early in the race here. So a lot of cars who really needed some good point stays here, they may not get it, depending on unless things change. Another driver who is kind of throwing away a bit of a massive points opportunity here is Shade Eves. And granted, the pit lane, his loss of spots on pit lane wasn't really his fault, but I have to imagine Eves, I mean, sent to the back of the field, now trying to work the spots here. Definitely a very frustrating feeling they have to have here is Aiden Shepard. He slides up into the 92 of Kukulon here. Kukulon hits the wall, and now those two are beating and banging down the back straightaway here. Eves is probably thinking, get me the heck out of here, but he's going to get 2 spots from it, so I don't think he's going to be complaining about that too much. Oh, Shepard, he comes up into the 92 again. I don't think Shepard's really happy with the 92. Robinson into the back of the 86. It's getting real dicey. It's been a real spicy night tonight. We've had some tempers. We've had a lot of contact on straightaways and corner exits here. It's just been non-stop. It's almost like we're at Bristol. $20 laps to go here. Well, under 20 laps to go here, and the battle for second has been a blanket of a fight between 6 cars. Meanwhile, Luke Martin has gone 2 seconds up the road here, probably thanks to this battle. Yepes, Bishop, side by side here. Yepes tried to get underneath the 9 of Bobo Jones, but just no room to get under him there. Meanwhile, Bradley Bishop Jr. trying to get past the 77 here, as Butcher slides a little bit up into the 14 here. Corey Williams, who actually had the best challenge that Luke Martin's had so far tonight. This 14 has really struggled ever since he last came to pit road. You have to imagine they may have not made some good adjustments here, as this 14 car does not look as fast as it did before. And you can see Bobo Jones, he comes down to block the 77. Bobo Jones, I mean, I think he's kind of creating a train here. I don't think this 9 car is very fast, to be honest. At least not in the long run here. But it's just so hard to pass that they just can't get past him here. And plus, they're fighting amongst each other. Just no progress is being made for these guys. We got a battle here between a lot of cars who are kind of hovering in the top 3 North points here and just outside of it. Tim Fiegold passing his teammate Nick Pericles up the inside here. The 2 Spa cars who did not have a very good weekend at Darlington. They really missed the setup at that track, and they look a lot better tonight, though, and I'm sure they're very happy about that. Pericles trying to hold off James Ellison now. Memphis Fisher in the 11, making one of his limited starts on this season for Joseph Wrigley Racing here. Trying to make a good impression. And there is Shade Eves now diving up the inside of Sebastian Kukulon here. Eves trying to make a 3-wide pass here up the inside. How is this going to go? Eves has already shown he's not afraid to hit somebody to get a spot. As Kukulon and Fisher make contact in the middle of 3 and 4, and that's going to allow Eves to just slide on through. I can't imagine Fisher's happy about that one. That's 2 positions lost. Diego Yepes seems to be the first car to finally get a gap going here, as he has gone past the 9 of Bobo Jones. And that 77 actually looks pretty fast here. Now, granted, still slower than Luke Martin, but still, you have to feel Diego Yepes here. They must be in a very good mood here. Even if they don't win this, they are most definitely going to take the points lead from Nick Breeding. And not to mention, they're going to surpass several cars. Eves is in the mid-pack of the field. Then you have Kyle Collins struggling, so a lot of cars that this 77 really needed to beat tonight and gain some points on. This is going to be a very massive day for this team, to be honest. And coming to the final quarter of the season, that point lead's got to be feeling really good here. So, and I'll tell you what, it's mostly just the 77. They've had no mechanical failures. They've kept the car clean. Nothing too crazy tonight. It's just one of those races where, for a team that, as long as you just don't mess something up here, you're going to gain points on somebody. And it's going to be a massive gain for them. Here comes Elson and Kukulon here as Aves gets past these two. But here comes the owner's points cut line battle here. Kukulon, we saw he was behind Elson earlier, but he's gone back up to Elson now, and he's going to get past the 93. With less than 10 to go here. So, bit of a surprise, not really a surprise, but a bit of a big moment there in the owner's points battle. Well, not a big deal for a lot of these guys in the field. Definitely a big deal between these two teams with Single Z and Shade Binyako Racing here. Battle for 10th place here, Patrick Smith and Gatlin Downey. I tell you what, 2 things. First of all, what a nice night for Patrick Smith here. They almost got wrecked by Shade Eves earlier, but despite that, this 04's actually been pretty good here, hanging with this main top 10 pack. Definitely some of the fastest this S3 team has looked so far this season. Probably the best it's the best run they've had since Lapham McDermott's top 10 run at Eagle Point a couple of weeks ago. Second thing, Gatlin Downey, and this 12 car looked really good at the start of the night tonight. Honestly thought it may have been a sleeper pick for the win, but they've just really been struggling as the night has gone on. I'm not sure if maybe they just haven't made good adjustments or just the track hasn't been kind to them. It's hard to say, but this 12 team's been really hot the last couple of months, and I mean, a top 10 is a top 10 if they can hold on to it, but I have to imagine they've been hoping for more. Coming to the white flag here. It's been a quiet but successful night for this 22 team. And Luke Martin here, who is on track for his 2nd win of the year. Won at Iowa in exciting fashion, but tonight's been different. It's been a dominating performance for this 22 team. 3.5 seconds up the road on the rest of the field here. You can't even see Yepes in the camera there. That 22 has just been on it tonight. They lost the lead off pit lane, got it back immediately on the restart here. It's been an up and down season for this 22 team, but coming off at turn number 4 to take the checkered flag, Luke Martin wins here at Gateway for his 2nd win of the season. Fisher Motorsports gets yet another victory. Diego Yepes holds off Bradley Bishop Jr. for 2nd place. 2 guys who needed this points finish to catch and surpass Nick Breeding. They got it. Kev Shear finishes 4th place. Much needed run after the last couple of weeks. Corey Williams finishes 14th. Ryan Butcher finishes 6th. Another strong run for Butcher in this car. Bobo Jones finishes 7th. RJ Bishop with another top 10. He gets an 8th place. Noah Hart finishes top 10 as well in 9th. And Gatlin Downey rounds out with another top 10 finish. A couple of cars ran out of gas coming to the white flag. I guess just a couple of guys just didn't get enough fuel in the car. Dewey Schramm, who was in the top 30, unfortunately has to come down to pit lane to top off on fuel. And joining him was Aaron Abel in the 21. So unfortunate for those 2 teams, and they lost a bunch of spots because of it.